my name is Noelle Schmitter-Schrier, and in the first part of this video, I will be sharing my findings about my patient, Brian Jenkins, with an attending doctor. Secondly, I will walk through the reasons of why and to whom I would like to refer Mr. Jenkins. Brian Jenkins is a 10-year-old male. He had his last eye exam about 2 years ago. He and his mother came in with the chief complaint that he's losing place when reading and has really bad reading comprehension. His mom is particularly concerned about how long it takes him to complete his schoolwork. He also has trouble with spelling. He understands better when verbally told the instructions instead of having to read the instructions, but he's just really frustrated and demoralized, and his teachers think he's smart, but they say that he's not performing to the best of his abilities. The patient ocular medical, along with family ocular medical history, were unremarkable. In terms of pre-refractive testing, his distance acuities were really good, 20/20 the distance, ODU-SOU. His near visual acuities were slightly reduced, 20/25, 20/30, 20/25, ODU-SOU. He did have full range of motion on his eye movements, but there were some questionable movements. However, they seemed to be due to poor attention as opposed to poor quality eye movements. Brian's pursuits were smooth. They did have excessive head movements, and on his saccades, he had consistent undershoots. On his confrontational visual fields, NPC, color testing, stereo and pupils, all that was unremarkable. The natural alignment of his eyes were also unremarkable, as he's ortho in the distance and 5xp prime at near. Vergence ranges were also unremarkable, and he had very high recoveries. In terms of the refractive findings, Brian was -50, -50, axis 90 on his right eye, -75, -75, axis 90 on his left for retinoscopy. For monocular and binocular, he did end up taking a lot more plus, ending at +50 for the bino red-green balance. NRA, PRA were a little lower than I expected for his age, +2 for NRA, -2 for PRA, but they were still normal, within the normal range. In terms of the health of his eye, everything looked nice and healthy. Both the anterior and posterior segment were unremarkable with no signs of previous injuries or pathology. So due to the findings that I had in this exam today, I would like to suggest that we refer Mr. Jenkins to a speech therapist. This is because during my experience shadowing a speech therapist, I learned that reading and language processing issues are an area of expertise that speech therapists can help people try and work through and overcome. Key exam findings that indicate the referral are the EOM findings, particularly the undershoots and the saccades, and the patient's chief complaint about having trouble reading, spelling, and processing language. Specific testing or management I would like to see my patient undergo is grade level reading abilities, just to see how this could be impacting his performance at school. Thank you!